Good evening. Welcome to BlØØdborne, History's Vampires, a series of real stories on one of my favorite subjects, the infamous immortals known for sustaining on the very life running through humanity's veins. If you've been here before, you already know me as Hyde, and tonight we're diving into the second part of history regarding vampires on the North American mainland, continuing in 19th century New England. Our story tonight is a bit different and a bit shorter than the previous two. To begin, documented recording on tonight's topic actually takes place sometime after the events themselves. Sometime here meaning about 30 years. The recollection found on the subject was written by Dr. John Clough of New Ipswich, New Hampshire, and was included as an example for topic of superstition being explored in the Boston Medical and Surgical Journal in 1840. For those interested, the excerpt comes from his section, The Influence of the Mind on Physical Organization, in Volume 21. In his writings, Dr. Clough says that he cannot neglect to include a story from his own town, which was likely not the only story of its kind in New England's history. He goes on to say, and I quote, "This was disinterring a human body, which belonged to a family all strongly predisposed to consumption, for the purpose of removing the heart, which was burned, the ashes of which were considered a sovereign remedy to those of the family who were still living, and might be afflicted with the same disease." He doesn't mention who exactly the family was, or if there's any physical place one might be able to see as a landmark for the story. However, he does further explain that such stories prove the power and sway that superstition can have over the minds of men, despite advances in knowledge and understanding of the world. As we can gather from his telling of the event, it was very similar in nature to last episode's vampire in Manchester, where the body was exhumed and organs were removed to be burnt in the hope of saving individuals who were exposed to and may have also had what we now know as tuberculosis. With the conclusion of that short story of ours, I'd like to leave you with a bit of a fun fact. 1810, the year around which the event recollected takes place, is also the publishing year for John Stagg's poem, The Vampire, a poem about the terrifying nature of vampires, as well as how to defeat them by driving a stake through the heart. The full poem can be read on poets.org, and despite the author having been English and nowhere near North America, I do believe it's a good example of just how prevalent the superstitions around certain illness had truly become all over the world. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and given how literary works and common belief to the times tend to line up in history, what real historical figure has been your favorite inspiration for vampires in literature? Let me know in the comments. And if you guys enjoy this content and you want more of it, and you would like to support the channel, please check out the Patreon at Bokuwahyde.com or patreon.com/Bokuwahyde. Not only will you guys get to help this channel, but you'll also get a lot of perks and rewards such as private Discord server, merch, your name will be added to the end of my YouTube videos, and a lot more. Please check out that Patreon, become what we call a baby bat, and join our family. Thank you to all of our supporters, and to those of you who watch and enjoy this content. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button, click that bell for notifications, and leave a like and a comment down below. Thank you guys so very much, and we will see you next time.